Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
And this is Bucky. He's got his beer stein. He's ready for Destiny.
Yeah.
Destiny 2, Season of the Wish. This is part 4, our cutscenes reaction. Yeah, I know, little buckaroo. Okay. Are you ready to do this?
I'm ready. Bucky's ready.
Mm-hmm.
Well, almost. He's got to get into a spot now. Oh, good boy, Bucky. I know.
One to send, she said. I believe the witness had found a point of weakness and exploited that point to pierce the traveler's defenses. But the witness did not gain entrance through an attack. It parried. There was no need to breach a door because through the traveler's resistance, the way was left open. Its blast was meant to expel, but the witness redirected the flow of that intent with its own, using the veil. If Riven can imprint the ley lines into the veil, send one of our own to the other side without invitation, we can open the door. Once open, Guardian, the path to it matters not. Only that we're now able to cross the threshold. The veil will flow to that point around any obstacle. I told you I was onto something. It sounds simple in retrospect.
Good job, Osiris.
To use the ley lines as means of travel, as we have before. But they do not touch the traveler, nor the veil, and not even Mara can command them to do so. It may seem as though Riven promises more than is possible, but that is the foundation of a wish. We must yield to our disbelief and give ourselves over to chance. In that unknown venture, in discovery, the path forward is revealed. One egg remains. Then all our integument risks, our layered depths to this cause, finally, their worth will be realized.
Thanks to Mara's efforts, the egg was cleansed of its corruption and saved. The irony is not lost on me. I suppose I should thank her.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
She may not be receptive to my gratitude at the moment.
Probably not.
Mara will soon recognize that it was a gift for me to divulge what I did now, rather than when the wish is made. Perhaps she already has.
I feel like gift is a strong
Even an Ahamkara's power has its limits. It is beyond my ability to alter the path that the witness opened. Savathun knew this, which is why she crafted her wish to make use of the ley lines instead. Always so clever, that one. And the witness. Its ambition knows no equal. This final shape that it seeks is not unlike a wish itself. One that would forever erase the difference between desire and reality. Anathema to my kind. I will not have my progeny suffer such an existence. Continue securing my lair and gathering my clutch.
Please?
One thing. Like with the portal, I cannot alter the terms of our bargain. Collect all of the eggs, or the wish cannot be granted, even if I desire it.
What were you hoping to achieve by threatening Riven? Had I not been there to stop you?
Osiris, I admit I was angry.
You were pissed off.
I'm able to express my emotions.
Angry does not even
openly.
begin to describe it.
But I had no intention of harming Riven. I only wanted her to believe I might.
Perhaps you could warn me first. I was worried you lost sight of our goal.
Have I ever been one to miss the forest for the trees?
Quite the opposite. While I tend to find myself mired in the details of the leaves.
Both sorts are necessary. Your eyes on the fight before us, and mine on the horizon.
How do you see the end so clearly? Even within the infinite forest, I could not predict as you do.
Clairvoyance is a charade. The ground shifts beneath us as we walk. We manage best when we make our own stepping stones. You know better than most how many times we've had to adjust our methods to achieve victory. My death at Saturn to pierce Oryx's defenses.
Countless recalculations against the Vex. Stealing Savathun's secrets from within.
The planting of the silver tree on Io.
I took some convincing on that. But it truly was the beginning.
Sagira's death, Crow's choices, your new perspective, none of these were part of the plan.
Each adjustment came at a cost. I wonder what costs the witness has yet to extract from us.
Whatever they are, we will meet them. And persevere.
Yeah. Go team, go. Shooting the stars. It's a triangle.
Constellation.
With Delta.
Is it going to be a house?
Well, if he wanted to do that, he had to make the house and the roof all in one line to X without crossing lines.
Is that the only way to make a house? That's cool.
We have reached the end of all things. Our echoes fade from this place and all others. So I carve this for you into the stars like myths of old. Taranis and I met at the highest peaks of the Queen's dreaming halls. Together, we set on a path that led to where you stand. It was a time when bargain eaters and bargainers worked in tandem, a cycle of feeding. It ended in a great hunt, the near death of our kind.
Guardian, your connection to Taranis activated an ontological reflection. It seems Riven left a message in a bottle. Curious. The era she spoke of was a time of fortification for the Awoken. The Dreaming City should have been a pillar from which we defended this system against the likes of the Witness. Thanks to Riven, it has fallen far from that. Scour her old haunts. Let's make sure she hasn't left anything less pleasant.
The Techians have determined the trajectory of my final egg. It won't be within our reach for
Every egg
some
can go for is your
time.
final egg.
A fortunate delay, according to Petra. She and the Techians have a plan. Guardians complain of the nature of Ahamkara, that we hoard secrets like you hoard weapons. Then you understand us. Why demand a river flow uphill? We all
Well, if it's the
have our
Nile.
settled natures. This is an Ahamkara. Once, it was Queen Mara's. She's been working to change herself, altering the river's course. I'm forced to trust this new Mara, despite what I am. As are you, despite what you are. You and I will see where the river flows.
That we will. That we will.
Guardian, good work out there. Guardian, I'm glad you're here. I've been thinking about what Riven said. If we have to pin all our hopes on a single person, there's one obvious choice. But I think I have a better idea. Now hear me out. If you go through the portal, there's no way we can send anyone in after you. You'd be out there on your own.
This is
But
true.
Mara and I share a bond. Even across the Ascendant Plane, I can always sense where she is. And the same goes for her.
So you want to go through?
So, let me do it. If I go through the portal, Mara can use our connection to guide everyone through to, well, wherever I end up. I plant the beacon, and you come and kick the door down. Please, Guardian, I have to believe I was reforged in the light for a purpose.
I just have
I
a
can
hard
do
time
this.
trusting your face.
We can do this. I just have to tell Mara.
She's gonna have a hard time trusting your face.
Go back to wearing the mask.
Harsh.
Just for when you ask us to
The
trust
final
you.
egg lies in the heart of the confluence, where the Queen's throne sits in the dreaming city.
Is it really the final
It's
egg this
hidden
time?
in a far corner, inaccessible except through the dormant Oracle engine. Reactivating the engine would be trivial, if not for the Vex. We've been spending our focus on claiming eggs, while the Soul Divisive encircles our walls. Another threat to this system, and it's the Reef and its people that pay for it once again. War always comes with a cost, but every day seems to bring a new one. There's never time to rebuild. When this is done, if we're still standing, the Reef and its people come first for me. I hope I'll have your support in that. Locate the Vex oracles preventing us from accessing the Oracle
like the picture.
engine. Destroy them. Then we can get on with this bargain. The witness lies just beyond our reach.
Our Lady the Queen has left us. But please, help yourself to whatever you find. Gifts are the least we can offer to you.
Thanks.
Cool music.
Yeah, the score is very, very fitting for the place. The
How
locale.
long has it been since I last set foot within these halls? An isolated throne overlooking an endless cosmic expanse. A symbol of who I once was. Distant, detached, inscrutable. But as my brother has changed, so too have I. No longer do I sow solitude and reap remorse. I choose, instead, to trust. I have no further need for this chamber. But with the Oracle
well, trust
engine
me.
restored, we can
Throw 'em
reach
now.
the heart of the confluence and the final egg. Return for now. When the time comes, we will complete our bargain and trust Riven to keep her word.
If not, we destroy all our eggs. And her.
Why is your first inclination ever to charge headlong into danger?
Because you're always keeping an eye on me.
You have fallen from my sight before. I may lose you.
It is impossible to know the probability of success. But,
Don't give me that. This is exactly like something you do.
yes. Queen Mara.
You are not sending him, Osiris.
No, of course. But if he were to reach the other side, your connection, like the traveler in the veil, was forged in a collision of light and dark. It is a tangible thing.
We do not know that it would remain so. Whoever goes more than likely goes alone.
Our problem has always been focus. By aligning your and Crow's connection with the veil, Entangled on either side of the Traveler, I believe I can forge a bridge between you. One we could all traverse safely.
It's time
Be a flare in
to
the
talk about
darkness
trust,
for Osiris.
Marsov.
Then we call in the cavalry.
This is it.
You could find
It's
me
the
in the
moment.
storm, sister. Tell them where to go.
Do you know what you are asking?
The Guardian would be but a step behind him.
I cannot keep you from your purpose. I cannot control this. And so, I put my trust in you.
There you go.
All of you. You will return to me.
Let's get to work.
How do you propose we compensate for the quantum?
You won't be but a step behind him, will you? Take care of him.
The Queen and her brother, they impressed me. I appreciated their natures, Mara's skill in crafting wishes, her self-controlled cleverness. Aldrin's ambition, his endless struggle for a greater prize to lay at his sister's feet. Now they have reached beyond their original natures, all for the greater good. Altruism. It's too rich for my blood, too risky. Such vulnerability, and for what payoff? Still, the altruists can be even more dangerous to their enemies than the ambitious. If self-preservation isn't a concern, what can stop you? If you can't be predicted, how can you be countered? Dangerous. But that danger can be compelling. Don't you find?
Ribbon, you
Are you
just
sure you want this?
always keep me on my toes.
Osiris thinks it's the best shot we've got.
You didn't answer
Poses some good
my
questions.
question.
I don't know. I've been trying to find what I want my whole life, even as Aldrin. I used to think the Traveler gave me purpose. Aldrin thought his came from you.
I never meant to twist you so, only to keep you safe. My protection turned malignant. For that, I am sorry.
It wasn't just you. Aldrin heard your heartbeat and chose to make that his core. He mistook impulse from meaning.
Good
I
one.
won't. So, I guess it's not that I want this. I need it. I believe in it. And even if I don't make it, everyone else just might.
I sacrificed you before to preserve a chance for a future. I can't do that again.
I'll be fine as long as you and I stick together. Remember, Rega?
Still subsisting off stories of hope and bravery. I have missed you.
I guess I always have been one to fill my head with nonsense, right?
Your hope is not nonsense. It is a vital line of sustenance. One I have learned through our people. Fill your heart with it, and I will keep you in mine until you return to me.
I will.
Go then. Find purpose of your own, and not one of mine or anyone else's making.
Thank you, sister. You'll see me again. And this time, I'll remember you.
the height of the great hunt, the Queen separated us. I was treated to a beautiful cage for my protection. Our kind has much agency, but there are rules. And the Queen is a deft navigator of rules. I never saw Tyrannus again. I have not found Ahamkara to lament such things. But I did.
It was true love.
The path that brought you here was built by us both. No others that I have ever known walked your path. You are unique in that way.
I lost Sieur, like Riven lost Tyrannus, years before that. And there was no cage. Just senseless oblivion. I didn't know I had done so at the time. But I do not regret the choice to separate Riven and Tyrannus. I imagine it was difficult, much more so for them than me. But necessary. The Vanguard had no right to annihilate a sentient species, no matter the cause. I bear responsibility as well. Pretended to aid the Vanguard during the hunt while keeping Riven as a weapon of the state. Don't get me wrong. I was responsible, not regretful. But thanks to you, the cycle of wish keepers and wish enders will continue. For good or ill.
The time has come. Mara's Techians say that the last remaining egg will soon enter the heart of the confluence. Once it is secured, then by the terms of our bargain, I will grant Savathun's wish.
Better.
Doing so will require a great expenditure of my power. The Techians will not be able to maintain my conjuring afterward. Which is to say that the wish will be our farewell. Oh, guardian mine.
Please will never have to hear that praise again.
What a strange life this has been. By Ahamkara standards, it was comfortable and luxurious. I spent my days with royalty and my nights with my beloved. I never wanted for sustenance, for I was presented with wishes to spare. And though it was all taken from me, in the end, my murderer set me free and ensured the future of the progeny my mate and I created.
Kind of crazy how it all worked
I'll
out.
sacrifice my own lingering existence to ensure your future in return. Perhaps I am more like Tyrannus than I would like to admit.
He rubbed off on you a little bit.
He always claimed I was.
One final egg remains. One hidden within my own court by Tyrannus, in a secluded chamber of starlight and potential.
The confluence has aligned, and our goal is in sight. To know all our efforts are coming to fruition is exhilarating.
Is that a smile I hear in your voice, Osiris? You're lucky the Guardian has a few words, lest they ruin your stoic reputation in the tower.
I cannot help but feel alive in this moment, though there is still much to do.
Don't get too excited.
It seems possible now.
Of course. My final child is held captive in the Queen's private wing. How ironic. How appropriate. Just think, if we had continued working together with respect, with trust, as equals, we could have built so much more than this city. We could have been friends.
Do you feel it, Mara? We stand before the end. All that remains is to know whether we are swept away by it, or it breaks against us.
And to see what consequences our wish has wrought. That is where my mind rests. Let hope stay my fears.
Hope, yes. But also our mettle, our actions. I am confident in our heading. Come what may.
In Crow. In us. As am I. We've spent so long holding together the pieces, Osiris. Do you worry what will come after all of this?
No. I welcome it. I'm tired, Mara. I'm ready for what comes next. It's all right to admit you are too.
Who's that?
The astral oyster. It's quite pretty.
Yeah.
Scorn have found their way into your domain. How?
This place is woven into the confluence. To expose it for us,
Have a
was
bomb.
to expose it to the
Have a
enemies
grenade.
already within our walls. And the Scorn have long been within these walls.
Then we will remove them. Scorn reinforcements descend upon you. Prepare yourself for battle.
Most of these Scorn are mindless husks raised by the witness. But others, they bear Fickrul's touch.
Has he resurfaced? Crow believes he fled the shore and remains a fugitive.
Petra reported activity from Fickrul's knights on Earth. They sought recruits, along with a dead Ahamkara's power.
Knights? Strategy? Their culture deepens. Fickrul means to make a wish, then. For the witness.
I think not. Their motivations are both against us, but not aligned. Something else is at play.
Do you have any theories, Mara? on what that might be?
They're attempting to force a wish from the embryo. This must not come to pass. A whim, like a venomous hatchling, knows nothing of restraint.
Fire team, engage the enemy.
Dude, I'm engaged.
Could that have worked? Could the Scorn have brought a wish to fruition like that?
No. At least, I do not believe it is possible. Though I wasn't willing to see them try.
This egg is not the first to find itself in your court. Did you intend to breed the Ahamkara again?
I intended to maintain a suitable suite of options from which to choose.
Carefully choosing her
Nothing
words.
more.
Mm-hmm.
Those plans were made so long ago, Osiris, and the eggs corrupted beyond healing. Things are different now. Whether the Ahamkara live on is not mine to choose.
To relinquish control is almost as frightening as trust or hope. Sometimes, that is all we have.
Well, it kind of takes trust and hope
And in that
to relinquish
trust,
control.
our pact concludes. I will make your wish.
Thanks, Revan. Bye, Revan.
Riven's last clutch. Plucked from the void and saved from extinction. Maybe that bodes well for the rest of us. Either way, we held up our end of the bargain. Now it's Riven's turn.
Mm-hmm.
Hey. I need to tell you something while I have the chance. That first moment when I woke up in the Dreaming City, I was so lost, confused. I didn't know where to go, who to trust. Everyone hated me for something I couldn't even remember. But you helped me find my footing. And when my memories came back and everything made less sense than ever, you were there to see me through. You gave me the chance to walk through the dreaming city with my head held high and the courage to follow a new path. Thank you, Guardian, for everything. See you, Starside.
Okay, we trust you. You can go through the portal.
Has the time come for my final meal? Your ambitions fed me well before. I've never tasted such a gulf between desire and reality.
Great language for that.
Then you killed me. Now you and I have returned to the start. Last meal, last words, last wish.
The final wish.
May it bring you everything you deserve.
Not everything you want, everything you deserve.
So the generation of Ahamkara turns over. One last death to feed new life. What will it feed within you? This one you shall cherish, O guardian mind.
You're sure about this?
I am. It has to be me. We'll find each other again.
Always.
Good luck.
I kept my promise, as you did yours. Isn't that a pleasant surprise?
For that, at least, you have my thanks.
And you have
does not come easy.
mine for always providing such a unique challenge. To impose your desires upon reality so artfully. You could teach my children a great deal.
Yeah, I don't want to be their tutor.
Until we meet again, Mara.
See you, Irvin.
Is he?
He is on his way.
The, like, heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your thoughts on Riven? Final thoughts?
I mean, it's still tough. Like, I still feel like the jury's kind of out on what I think of her completely, but I am starting to get the sense that where our interests are aligned, she may be trustworthy to an extent.
Yeah, I mean, she held up her end of the bargain, and like she said, we held up ours. She kind of kept making a point about like, oh, you know, this is just like the Ahamkara's way. It's just in our nature. This is just who we are. So how can you really blame us for being this way? But then Tyrannus kind of showed that was not true.
Mm-hmm.
That you could change and you could be different. Like, and it's sort of, self-fulfilling prophecy before without Ahamkara. And it's like, no, it's like, yeah, you are this way until someone shows you a way that you like, a different way that you can be. And by showing you a different way, then it changed Riven a little bit. Even Riven was able to, she said at the end, like there, that a little bit of she was a little bit more like Tyrannus than she thought. And that's what he always said. It's like, yeah, because you can, you can be this way. You can choose something different.
Yeah, I think it was Maya Angelou who said, do the best you can until you know better, and then do better.
Mm-hmm.
I'm paraphrasing. I'm sure she probably says it a bit more eloquently, but I think that's entirely true. And to say like, oh, it's not my fault. It's just where I came from. It's just my family. It's just how people like me are. No, you're just using excuses and kind of making yourself a victim of circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you are capable of doing better when you experience better. And to Riven's credit, Tyrannus did rub off on her, I think, to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably what's brought us to this moment where I can say, like, well, I think when our interests are aligned, some trust can be extended to her. I still don't think that Riven's like awesome and like, she and Marisol are going to go grab a beer after this. Like, this is not, a fantasy land, but I do think that there is some decency in her character, and I think that I can trust her to act in her own interests. So when those interests align with our interests, trust can be extended.
And it was a nice twist there having Crow go through the portal, because you just assumed it was going to be, us, the Guardian or whatever, going through there, because, why not? Why not choose the best? But yeah, having it be Crow instead, and just to see that the bond that like they've been trying to build back up for a while now between Crow and Marisol. They've been trying to, I don't know, build it better than it was before. And, being a different person, it's like, a second chance that not many people, like no one gets. So they're very fortunate in that. And that was a nice moment at the end. Like, I don't know, like when she like her like lights turned on or whatever, and she's like she connected with him.
Yeah, and the addition of the heartbeat, I mean, we called it out at the time, but like that was a really nice touch for that moment at the end, because when the eyes light up and we see her get that connection, that's visually interesting to us. But then to hear the heartbeat makes us as the audience feel like we have that connection too. And we're like, oh, okay, Crow's there. He's like, he's still okay. I can hear his heartbeat. Mm-hmm. All right, it's go time. Like we're in this.
Yeah, that's how we worked.
Totally.
I hear your heartbeat. I mean, Osiris did a good job, sort of like cracking the code of the veil finally, and like figuring out, the back door, and like how to get more people to go through the path once one person is able to go through, and like sort of like establish a connection, and to sort of figure out like how the Witness was using the veil as well.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the final showdown with the Witness. We just recently watched the final showdown for Dragon Ball Super, so I'm like, I'm in final showdown mode now. I'm like, bring it, come on, Witness, let's see what you got.
Yeah,
it's no small feat, the things you've helped accomplish today. Thanks to you and guardians like you, Crow has grown, walked his own path.
Yeah, he has.
Mm-hmm.
In aiding Riven's clutch, you've averted the annihilation of an entire species, provided a chance for her children to choose their own paths. We'll be there.
Hopefully they don't choose to be dicks.
Should they require it. Riven was never truly an ally, but common cause aligned us in a way I had not anticipated. Relying on her was a risk, true. But there was a time when the Vanguard was averse to trusting me as well.
True.
With reason.
Trust is dangerous, risky, vulnerable. But to trust is to hope. And what is life without it?
Well said.
It separates us from the Witness, a creature that is the death of those things. Of all things. I've peered into its eclectic souls and found only nihilism. Even now, the soul divisive burns through the dreaming city and the confluence. You've granted the wish, carved a path. but battles remain before you. Expunge the Vex from the dreaming halls while Osiris prepares the veil to forge a bridge to my brother. This will allow you to lead a strike force into the Traveler's pale heart and rendezvous with Crow. From there, it will be the fight of your lives. Steel yourself. You fight for all of us.
My queen, the Techien await authorization to position your personal harbinger. Their second missive, they say.
I already... Never mind. Tell them I will see to its deployment myself.
If I could speak bluntly, my queen, you seem distracted of late.
Just mulling on history in a different light. Taranis and Riven. Against all odds, they found each other and chose love instead of misery.
Yeah.
Until I tore them apart in the Great Hunt. I locked Riven in a gilded cage and hid her away.
In doing so, you saved her from destruction.
For good or for ill, I do not regret my part in the hunt, nor the second chance we have given the Ahamkara by seeking Riven's eggs.
Yeah, you kind of corrected your
And
mistake.
I'm glad she and Taranis could meet again, in a way, before the end. They have me thinking of Sior.
I see. What was she like as Queen's Wrath?
Nothing on you,
I
Petra.
was too young to know the Awoken behind the legend.
Sior was the soldier we sent to break the tide if it ever turned against us.
If half the legends about her were true, she should have been the one to face the curse.
You're both warriors in your own right. She, a war cudgel, and you, a master-crafted blade. But she would have been untested as regent. You gave our people hope when it had burned away in my absence, and held it high. You forged an alliance with humanity, guided the Techians because you've walked their path. No one else could have ruled in my place. Any further questions, my Wrath?
Just one. What did you love about her?
Her smile.
I could list reasons until soul burned out, but they would be lacking in complete truth. We do not love rationally. We just love.
Great.
I'll keep that in mind,
Great
my
couple
queen.
lines. We do not love rationally, we just love.
That's why love can make us do stupid and wonderful things.
Yeah. It's like Jaime Lannister's quote. We don't choose who we love. Who we fall in love with, I think is what. We don't choose who we fall in love with. I always love Constellation, so I think this is a cool part of the game. Forming your own constellation. Your bow and arrow.
One vital note to impart to you who walk this path. What Taranis has done has never been done in all the solar cycles of this system. Ahamkara are solitary, self-defending creatures, by instinct, by necessity. But his last wish sent our clutch into the ley lines of the dreaming city. It cost him everything. Ahamkara do not love. It is not in our nature. But Taranis loves. And instinct will not impart this cold hard fact. So I weave it here, into the stars.
I thought Riven had left these for you, Guardian. I haven't missed the connections the two of you forged. Whoever these messages are for, I think she finally let go of many things. Perhaps I can do the same.
You choose it.
Pretty environment.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we were really just gonna jump off the side.
That was the best when he ended one of those videos that way, just jumping off the side. Carrie died.
We are apex predators of the highest order. The instincts that rest in your bones speak louder than I ever could. But what I leave you is what these solids, these humans, might leave their brood. Cold, hard facts. I do so because there have never been Ahamkara like you. Many paths lie ahead. The garden of your conception grows in many directions. You are children of light and dark, in many meanings and none. You may be all that remains. Choose your path wisely. Everything has a cost.
Nothing's for
So
you.
this message was meant for her progeny. I'll leave a decree to the paladins and corsairs. These stars are not to be touched until they are found by those for which they are intended. Perhaps Riven meant to entrust me with them. Perhaps not. But I will bear responsibility for her brood. Come what may.
What is a guardian? Are we gods? We are connected to the weft and weave of the universe. No one knows how long we live. We stand alongside those without our gifts. We know, intimately, their lifespans, their mortality, despite their resilience. Mortals live more intensely than any guardian I've known. Love harder, perhaps. They know tomorrow is never guaranteed. That everything they could become dies with them. So, are we protectors? Our gifts were meant to defend against impossible threats. Those who need us have never needed us more. But we could do nothing, and they would still die. What is a guardian in that moment? Now, across Last City territory, the forces of the Witness surge. Our borders are under siege. Does that make us soldiers? Pushing back buys us only time, but the alternative is unthinkable. We built a city none of us dared to dream of, with allies from unlikely places. We have never had more to lose. I turn the question to you, on the eve of our darkest hour. What is a guardian? Define us, in this moment, for all time.
No pressure. Good speech, Ikora.
Yep.
Something stands in our way, Guardian. An anomaly. Casting a shadow in superposition across the veil, resonating with it. Whatever it is, it's drawing away the traveler's connection. Co-opting the veil's place in their entanglement as if it were a doppelganger. I've isolated the anomaly signal. It's a familiar one, emanating directly from the Black Garden. The sole divisive must be enacting one final effort to halt our advance. This is why I called you. I needed to know this would be dealt with, and quickly. If left unaddressed, we will be unable to follow Crow. He will be stranded. I don't think I could hold Mara back from expressing her anger if that were to occur.
Rightly so.
Mm-hmm.
Reach the garden and dispel whatever interference the Vex
She didn't really
have
hold her back
erected
the first time. She held herself back.
The errant signal is not far ahead. Keep your wits about you. Whatever it is the Soul devices are using to entangle themselves in our work, it is a power not to be trifled with. Impossible. The Black Heart. Destroy this abomination.
Take it down. Ooh.
It is big.
Mm-hmm.
This is a very big
Statue come to life. Establishment.
His name is Blackheart. Look at me.
Mm-hmm. Now we have to get another one of those out, imagine. All 3 statues we have to get. There's so much craziness going on.
It really, it's explosions everywhere.
Yeah.
And purple lasers.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Dude,
Just that too.
You gotta take out the purple lasers.
There you go. They call it beautiful. So much was going on, I didn't even like track that there were purple lasers just...
There's still some more, yeah, coming from over there. But at least you got 2 of them done. Oh, we just keep, like,
purple
just
lasers.
chucking grenades, just...
Oh, yeah, one more purple laser. Get rid of... Oh. I mean, someone's dead, so... Okay. Look to south. Play Destiny. Throw grenades.
many grenades.
Mm-hmm. We're not good at throwing grenades in Halo. Not as good as we should be.
True. That's true. Okay, that's like a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
The Black Heart was a failed copy of the Veil. Imperfect, but potent nonetheless. This was a simulation of their prior efforts. The Soul Divisive must have been using it to bond their collective with the darkness. They broadcast that connection, harmonized its frequency with the Veil, in order to take its place and shut us out. They could not have managed this feat without guidance from the Witness. And now, you have seen to it that they will not disrupt us again.
Whoa.
We got tossed out!
Crow?
Yeah, okay.
Dude, you need a parachute. Okay.
Makes sense.
Ooh.
Mordor, not Doom.
That's what I was just thinking. I was like, it's Mordor. It's a purple Mordor. Whoa. Time to go.
Yep. Come on, Crow.
Oh, damn.
Tricky, tricky, tricky.
Wait. There's no way.
Ace!
But how?
You died. So did you. Yeah, I don't have to call you Prince anymore.
Yeah.
No, you do not. But how?
You've cleared the table, and the die is cast. This final shape the witness seeks. Asa warned us how the witness consumed its entire species to reshape itself. And still, it was unfulfilled. Its salvation is a prison. We see it in the calcified creatures within the ever-dark halls of each pyramid. Alive, but not living. What shape will the witness render the universe in service to? And what of those within it? To change that which is. Never forces it to match what you envision it could be. Because chaos cannot be contained. This will work. I've spent a year
Has to.
of study. Counting each day. Felt time's weight. But I've spent it well. As sure as I've ever been of anything. We will hold back the collapse. Rebuke it once more and forever. Because chaos cannot be contained. The time nears, Guardian. Riven's part is done. Queen Mara felt Crow's passage, and he has arrived. I've woven the veil's resonance into their connection, as the witness did with your ghost. Soon Mara will open the way, and we follow Crow into whatever lies beyond. Prepare yourself. Soon, you will be called to arms. We have reached the end. Everything is at stake. Even us. I cannot help but think,
Bless you.
have I prepared them for what is to come?
Always in your own head, Osiris. You have done more than enough. Now you worry for them too. Think of it instead as our time. We talked of the future we would have when the city was safe.
We must not mistake calm for safety.
Yes. For now, the city still needs us. So, who will stay behind and protect it? Who will be its leaders when Ikora and Zavala are away?
You would have us take up command again? After everything?
We are not the people we were. We are new. We are better.
Yeah.
I know. And I know that it is painful to see them go. But when they return, you will be proud. And so will I. Then we will have our time together. No more just for others.
We can finally see the stars for ourselves. Yes. I love you, Saint. We will have our time.
Aww.
I love you too.
Yay.
Yep. Cayde's back!
And I'm thrilled. I just don't understand how it's possible. Like, it makes me so happy. But I how?
Cayde's return was kind of spoiled for me. I didn't know he was coming back in this. I didn't know how he was coming back. I didn't know he was coming back in this expansion in Season of the Wish. But like whenever this came out like a year ago or whatever, you know, like I saw like, you know, there's Destiny's like in our feed or whatever. And so like something like came up with like Cayde's like picture and something and him being back. I'm like, fuck. So unfortunately it was his return, his eventual return was spoiled for me, but that's why I was hoping to, you know, that it would be new for you. And so when you were like, is that him? I'm like, yes, it is him, but I want you to get it to that there yourself. Like I said, I didn't know he's like great reveal.
Yeah.
And so fitting that it's going to be Crow is the one that sees him for the first time. He's like, you died. Yeah, so did you.
Yeah. And I'm curious, like, what impact will death have on Cayde 6? Like, is there going to be a change in him from that?
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, we didn't get a lot. I mean, we love Cayde 6. He was always the funny guy. Obviously, he wasn't cracking jokes right now. I mean, you died. Yeah, so did you. But he said it very seriously and sort of solemnly.
But the Prince thing, he's like, I'm not going to still have to call you Prince, right?
That's true. That's true.
That's when it sounded like him.
Yeah. And I will say, like, when Crow was first fighting against someone, I had the thought of, like, man, Crow is outmatched right now. So it was pretty cool to see that he was outmatched by Cayde.
Yeah. And so I guess this is Cayde 7. So the number is associated with how many times they're brought back.
Okay.
So, so I guess it's like, and it was cool also the reveal of, like, because you had that thought of, like, oh, is it him? Is it him? And then they showed the gun. And so, like just to, like, confirm to the players and everything like that. No, yep, this is him.
Yeah. Oh, that was just, I mean, we like Cayde so much. We have
the
rubber ducky version of Cayde. He's made it into our background because we were such a fan. So this is crazy. I can't wait to see, like, what happens next. Not
only, like, am I excited just for Cayde to come back, but, like, I want to see everyone else's reaction to Cayde coming back and when they get to see him alive for the first time. It was cool that it was Crow. Like, it was sort of like fitting that it was him. Like, both of them being sort of reborn as someone new. So I want to see how everyone else reacts to Cayde coming back. And yeah, I mean, and I want to see, like, you know, Cayde interact with the player character.
I can't wait to see, like, Zavala comes to mind for Ikora for how they will take the news of Cayde's return. I mean, those are just the immediate ones that pop to mind.
Ikora's speech about what it means to, like, be a guardian, that was good.
I love that. Of, like, you know, if there's one moment that's going to define us, it is this. So what are we going to do? I felt pumped up at that. And I know Riven was saying I feel terrible. Riven said some stuff and then, like, Cayde showed up and I'm like, whoa, Cayde. And it's like everything that Riven had been talking about and the Amcor and stuff. I'm like,
Well, Mara's quote about love as well. We pointed that out at the time. That was a good quote about love.
Yes.
But yeah, it's all about Cayde 6, baby.
It really is.
Or Cayde 7, whatever. I'm still calling him Cayde 6. I don't care.
Yeah.
Let us know what you thought about this down below in the comments. And if you want early ad-free access for our Destiny reaction, you get the little join button to join our YouTube membership. If you want access to early ad-free access for both channels, then join Patreon.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for watching Destiny with us, which keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.